Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Chris and I, Chris is back. Let's just get that out there. He's back. He's back in the thing. I appreciate that.
Because we're taking keep me away.
Because we're taking it back to Chicago with The Chi season 4, episode 1, dropped 2 weeks early. Because Showtime realized that their last show, City on the Hill, was 2 episodes short, and they were going to have a Sunday without premium Sunday content. They're like, we got to get this. We got to get this Chi out. All right, so we got some characters coming back. We got Black Lives Matter, got it. We got police brutality, got it. I want to talk about power. That's why I'm wearing my power shirt. Because apparently the writers of this show said, you know how you make a successful show? Copy another successful show. So hashtag who shot Duda? That will be the story, my story for season 4.
I'll say this though, Power didn't do it first though. You know who did it first?
Oh, JR, yes.
Oh, okay, all right.
I mean, I know my history.
I was thinking.
Oh, where are you going?
I was going to go with The Simpsons. Who shot Mr. Burns?
Oh yeah, no, you gotta go back to the original. You gotta go back to JR. Like they started the whole like season finale thing with who shot JR. But I'm saying specifically of the Lena Waithe walked into the writer's room and said, "Okay, guys, check this out. I got a new idea. You ready? Black gangster becomes political figure. Wait for it. Hold up. He runs for office. Somehow no one can figure out he's a criminal until he gets into office, and then he gets shot at a party about his political career. What do y'all think?" They're like, you know what? I think we can do that. Can we talk about his power? Shh. Don't say that. Is he called Ghost? No, he's called Duda. Oh man.
There's a problem. I mean, the huge problem I have. Okay, yes. Not only like you said, it's like, okay, we've seen this before, but my issue is Duda, for me, at least for me, he's not that a huge of a presence for the Chi for me to really care. I hate to really say it, like, and to be honest, and it has nothing to do with Duda himself. It's the fact that the Chi, and it's good that the Chi focuses on different characters. You know what I mean? If the show's like maybe 2 hours, maybe, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's an hour show or 40-something minutes, really. 40-something minute show that focuses on like so many different characters.
Yes.
You know, so many different characters that it is not like Power in the sense that like, in Power, yes, you got Ghost and then you got Tasha, and then Tariq, but typically you don't really see, at least in Power, you didn't see really Tariq by himself. Usually, like in the beginning, for example, you know what I mean? And maybe you saw Dre here and there, but most of the times it was like Tommy and Ghost, and a lot of times they were together. So you saw most of them. Duda is like you always just see Duda with what's his wife? I'm gonna call her Pam.
Rosalind.
Yeah, okay. I was just gonna call her Pam from Escape, but you know what I mean? Yeah, Rosalind. There you go.
Rosalind.
Yeah, Rosalind, or
sometimes
Trig. You know what I mean? But yeah, so it didn't really, for me, it was just more like I was like, ooh. I was like, okay, that's interesting, but I also was like, don't care. Like, for one, I mean, it looks like I think it's a female. I think it's a lady.
Right?
Because I hate to just say it like that, but the way the gun was held, and it's not like I'm not trying to stereotype, but like being on the range and stuff like that, sometimes like mannerisms, it is different sometimes with genders or whatnot. And the way that person was holding the gun, I was like, oh, it's a lady. So I'm like, oh, it's probably the community organizer. What's her name?
Tracy.
Tracy, yeah. Which Tracy it definitely makes sense because she's like the Black Widow, you know, in the sense that everyone that gets, you know, was a Q, got his ass killed. Ronnie got his ass killed.
Yeah.
You know, so don't be messing with her.
Yeah.
So
who knows? It could be Rosalind, his wife, or
that's too easy, man. Wait. You know what? Like, and then my thing is, what would be the reason for Rosalind taking him out? He did so much dirt to Rosalind that the only thing that would make sense for Rosalind to shoot him is like, oh, he took the last slice of cake. And you're like, oh, now that's it. Like, you cheated on me, you took my money away in the years back, but you took the last slice of cake on our anniversary. Now you got to go. Like, I don't know.
I'm going for Jake. I think they're gonna take this straight out of Power. They're gonna take this straight out of Power. Jake knows that Duda is the one that got Reg killed. He knows that. That he found that out last season, right? And he's like, we need to get some revenge. If they take it to Jake, I'm like, they totally, huh?
I just thought about something Imani as well, maybe.
So Imani's going to be at the party. So if you look at if you look at the trailer for the season, right? Like you see her in a party dress, so she's at the party. Almost everybody in this cast is at the party. Like almost all the adults are at the party. It's going to be Who Shot Duda. That's what it's going to be. Like somehow he's going to make everybody pissed off at him. That by episode 5, this is supposed to be a month. In a month, Keisha's going to have the baby. I guess Duda's going to get shot. Kevin sees Gemma kissing Jake. I looked at that scene several times. I'm like, her hair just made her look totally different. I was like, who is that girl? I was like, that's Gemma, right?
To the streets, man. She went to the streets.
I was like, I mean, Jake's about to get in them streets. I mean, but I was like, what are we doing right now? Anyway, I was like, well, all these flash forwards, right? I'm like, this cannot be the season finale. Like, this has to be like episode 5.
That's what I was about to ask, because to me, I was like, at first when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is season the finale. Now, the more I looked at the episode, I was like, no, this is like mid-season, maybe like to hiatus, or not really hiatus. What sometimes I don't know, is it Showtime that does it or like Stars HBO? One of them that sometimes they'll do like a break for like 2 months. Because fall hits or maybe Labor Day or something.
So you're thinking about back in the day with AMC and like Breaking Bad. Like they did that on purpose. Like Power did it. Power did it because of COVID. Like when they did book 2, they had to stop and then they pushed to like a month. And then when they did the last season of Power, like they did the first 10 episodes like a regular season, and then they pushed to January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but episode 5 is usually that pivot episode in any 10 episode season where they try to take it to the next level. Like this needs to be mid-season stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we still got something to talk about. Like this, but I'm like, that's a lot of stuff that they're giving us to keep us focused. Like there's gonna be a lot of shit coming on this season. But I understand I'm more here for the Duda story. Like they need to make him something though. They need to make him relevant enough that we give a shit, that he gets shot or not. Mm-hmm. And Black Gangster / Mayor. I mean, apparently he worked with Trigg. I mean, he worked with Trigg to kill the cop, or because I'm pretty sure that cop ain't coming back from that aspect.
I have another theory. It would be just as funny as like, because I just had a flashback of last season when we were just laughing about how random it was. I know who killed Duda. The same dude who's like, just for Coogee, motherfucker. And we were like, where the hell he come from?
Wait.
Like he come out of nowhere. We're like, where he come from? And he just randomly just walks away. Like,
wait. Let's go down this route. In the preview, when they showed Duda beating up that dude at the pizza parlor, and Jake was watching, remember?
See, I didn't see the trailer.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
To your point, he whooped somebody's ass. That showed his vengeance or whatever, and that's why Jake was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. That's when he ran to his brother and was like, I don't want to live with Duda anymore because I've never been around violence before. What the fuck? So anyway, let's say that dude's girl comes and shoots Duda for beating that dude's ass. That would be as random as Ronnie being killed last year.
Yeah.
And I would be like, fuck this show. Like this.
That angered me last season. I'm like, bruh, I was like, the time that he shot Coogee to now, like it was a span of how many years? Like how long? And then now he's like, now you care about Coogee? I'm like, bruh, did you even hang out with the kid? Like, yeah. As a matter of fact, is that the same kid who was bullying Jake right here that we saw?
No, so that's a whole different other black kid.
That's a different one?
That's a whole different other black kid. So Tracy, Duda was giving the eye to any woman he saw. Like first I thought he was gonna bone Amani. Like the way he was looking at Amani, I was like, does he want Amani? Is that what we doing right now?
Maybe it's like, yo, you cheating on me or something.
Because she kicks Trigg out at some point. Like she and Trigg are gonna have a problem. You saw that in the montage of the flash forward.
Yeah.
So that could be a thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, so now Duda is trying to get with Amani, and then he meets Tracy, who's ready to give up the draws. I mean, obviously. But I'm like, how did this become a thing? And then Rosalind is like, so you want to fuck my husband? It's cool. I was like, oh, all right. See, I thought being the Shy and that Rosalind is bisexual, I was like, all right, let's see how far this is gonna go. So I thought she was gonna be like, hey, you fuck my husband, you gotta fuck me too. Now that's probably gonna be coming. They
But speaking of that, the whole it being Shy, this show is so keeps wanting to do the whole Will Smith Jada Pinkett marriage of like share like my ex-wife, like, oh, we cool type deal, like all the time. Like the whole thing with Big Papa and his girl, and then you got Kevin, who was homegirl's ex, and then I guess technically were they dating, or I guess they shared a kiss.
The writer said fuck it. The writers act like that didn't even happen. So I know where you're going with that, but the writers are acting like that didn't even happen.
But then you see it again with Keisha's, with Tiffany, and then talking about Emmett and stuff, and then that used to be Keisha's Emmett.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give. All right.
And you see it again this time with Tiffany and Dom with Emmett. Now that's going to really be a thing. Clearly, what the hell's going on with Emmett, dude?
No. Like, hold on. Wait. So. Okay, I just want to deal with Tracy real quick. All right.
My bad. I jumped all over the place. My bad. Go ahead.
All right. So Duda, for me, the only reason I'm watching season 4 is to find out who shot Duda. Like that's if it was not for that, I would skip season 4 and let's see what happens in season 5.
No. Let me tell you this. And that's one thing I was going to comment on this video is that even from this one episode here, I'll say I actually like this episode compared to a lot of like the last season, for example. And I don't know, maybe I'm saying this too early, way too early, but it proves that I was right about last season. Was that the whole thing with Brandon and Jason Mitchell or whatever, and like what happened off screen between him and his on screen girlfriend and they had to write stuff last minute or whatever to write Brandon off, and then because of that they had to write off those 2 detectives off, and they had to everything. Yeah. I think and then everything just seemed rushed and just ridiculous. I'm not joking. This one episode here, I was like, yo, this episode's now it's not perfect, clearly, but I was like, okay, now it's like the Shy season 1 at least. You know what I mean?
I think you're speaking too soon. Let's. I mean, so again, let's see where it goes. And what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to do 10 episodes of police brutality. Like I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. And that scene with Jake was just stereotypical and way over the top of simplicity. I mean, but anyway, Tracy getting with Duda, we gotta see how that. He's definitely gonna get the draws. How's Rosalind gonna feel about it? Is this gonna be some kind of crazy threesome thing going on? We don't know. Emmett. Let's remember, for some reason, this preview did not acknowledge that Emmett stole his business from Sonny.
Sonny, yeah. So he changed the name to Smokies now?
Yeah.
That's right. I'm so mad. I still feel some type of way about that.
He stole the business from the only man who gave him a shot. Now he's pimping out Dominique because she's the only one in the kitchen. Like Emmett cannot cook. Like that whole restaurant is running because of Dominique.
You know what? Maybe Karma will hit him, and then Big Papa, who's now working underneath, Papa working underneath, I'm gonna take it from him. But like,
because he'll
be like his dad. He'll be like his old man, but like taking money and all that stuff.
What happened to that? What happened to Papa's daddy being under arrest for embezzlement and money laundering? Like, what happened to that?
I mean, that's why I guess Papa is the breadwinner now of the family. Now I guess it's like he's like, yo, he's forced to work. Which I thought we were like, why is he working? Why is he working like he's in high school, right? And I'm like, oh, it's like, did your daddy get caught up? Maybe
Kevin needs to be working because he's gonna be a teenage dad at this rate. But hold up, look. Anyway, so Emmett, yes, he's pimping out once again. He continues to pimp out Dominique. Then he wants to be called daddy and boss by Tiffany because he has a business where he has one major employee who's doing all the work while he gets the credits. Okay. Then Dominique, Sharice, hi Sharice, if you're watching this video. When I told her that Dominique was fucking Emmett's dad, she was like, no, that's not what this show is going to be doing. I was like, that's exactly what this show is going to be doing. And I was like, I'm gonna wait for it. I was like, I could not believe that the writers would make a character like this. I'm like, and then Daddy don't give a fuck. Daddy's like, Dick don't have a rear view mirror. This man is on his third ex-wife.
Yeah.
How is that not a sign that he's not a one for commitment? What is wrong with Dominique? Let's just real quick. Let's remember
that whole thing is so weird. There's so much going on with that one that it's.
Let's remember how we got introduced to Dominique. Emmett came to her house / restaurant, said, hello, how you doing? I'd like to talk to you about your business. She said, let me see your dick. Before that's the only way he even got through the door, mind you.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
She knows that he lives with at least one of his 3 baby mamas. He only tries to take care of one child, which is EJ, which wasn't even in this episode. She fucks him after meeting Tiffany. Then she stays working with this dude, knowing she's the only one working, actually doing work behind this thing. And on top of all that, she said, I'm gonna go fuck his daddy.
So I looked at it like this, and I don't know. This is I think I said, okay, this is one of my famous quotes I said last week. I'll say it again. I feel like it's going to be like The Shy. Like The Shy is The Shy, in the sense that it's
the characters are what they are.
What I mean is, me personally, watching the whole thing with Dominique, I would think like, oh, okay, it's not a big deal in the sense of, like you said, she knew what was the deal with Emmett. She probably didn't think like when both her and Emmett hooked up that it was going to turn into like
a relationship.
This isn't like, it's not like she bet on the S&P 500 here. Like, you know, she put some money on some weed stock here that might be a temp like hold and sell type deal, perhaps. You know what I mean? So I don't, even when Emmett proposed to Tiffany, I was thinking like, okay, she won't use that against him and kind of use it, especially seeing how, like you said, if she was jealous of the whole thing with Emmett, then maybe she would have already had her payback with sleeping with his daddy, right? So what would now be the leverage to just be like, nigga, I got you type deal? You know what I mean? Like, but then, and that's why I say it's like, but then I'm like, yo, this is The Shy though, after all. So they could just be like, F it, I'm pissed still. You know, maybe your daddy can't last as long as you type deal or something. Or like, and now I'm pissed, I want you back. You know, I don't know.
With Darnell, his dad. So anyway, so I had to make sure I got his name right. That's why I've been scrolling, trying to figure out remember what his man's name was. But Darnell, as Chris again, you know, as always, points out the fact he got a VHS behind him, actually a dual VHS DVD player. I had one of those. I actually had one of those because I had the original Star Wars movies on VHS, and that's the only way they would have the original copy.
That was awesome. I had one that was like it was a VCR. So this is where I knew that I was doing it big, right? For Christmas one year. Now, so I had a TV. So mine was a TV. It was a TV VCR combo. Yeah. I had a TV VCR combo.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden I got a TV, and not only did I have a VCR, but this is how I knew, like, damn, I'm wealthy, right? It was a VCR with a DVD burner. So it was like I could get a VCR, I could record stuff from the VCR onto the DVDs. And the recorder, I forgot, I think that thing was like almost $500, $600 something.
Yeah.
It was like something ridiculous. I'm like, man, I'm doing it big.
Oh shit.
You know, it was like, yeah, it was that heavy. I mean, you know, VCR, I'm like, I gotta be SOP. You gotta go, and no joke, I can say this now because the place is closed. So I used to go to Blockbuster, get those movies.
Chris.
Yes, some of them had the DRMA stuff on there.
Chris.
But yeah, you know, what?
Stop admitting the crimes on camera.
What? What they gonna do? Be like, oh, the ghost, the Blockbuster pass is coming. Really?
That's federal. Like, stop it. Like, look. All right. I don't know what Chris talked. I will let that go. We're gonna move on from personal.
I mean, what? Like, anyway, I'll say this though. Darnell, I do like that part of Darnell. I like that he's an OG. Dude still got the freaking little He got the old
Earpiece.
school.
He still got the Star Trek level earpiece.
He got the earpiece.
Like he's Lahura on Star Trek. Like he's like, hello, I got a call from Starfleet.
Probably got an old school BlackBerry on top of that. You know what I mean? He probably like, he's like, beep, 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 gets a little chirp on his little
pager. If you got the VHS, you got a pager. Like you don't even fuck around with the cell phone. Like you got a pager and you say, hey, can I borrow one of your phones? Because with the I'm saying if you got a at least a flip top phone, you should be at the DVD level at best, which is still old school now. Like if he walk around with VHS, it's not consistent. It's not consistent with the old school. Like for me.
Speaking of old school, man, they hit us up with the old school soul food, man.
Yes.
I meant to check to see if like randomly a Showtime like this month is showing soul food. Maybe that was free promotion.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Soul food. Oh, you know what? The show Soul Food was on Showtime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Showtime.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what y'all did. Trying to save some money.
Product placement. Got it.
Yeah. What's that black dude that little get like?
Oh, he did a video. Anyway, we're getting off track. My point is, I think Dominique was upset that Darnell was not upset when she said, I fucked your son. Because she was like, are you mad? And he was like, no. He's like, it would have happened eventually.
So that's what you okay. So you think that she was upset. I think she was surprised. I didn't know, but you saw something else. You saw
that's what I'm saying. But even with that, the fact that she was like, what? Like he's like, nah, dicks don't have rearview mirrors. Like I think to me, I think as a woman, she was like, I wanted him to care to show he cares about me. To be like that I'm his. And he was like, nah, ass is ass. Well, what you gonna do? But again, this man is on his third ex-wife, got multiple kids. Like, what are you expecting, Dominique? Like, you saw what Emmett turned out, and he's the original. Like, he made Emmett. So
yeah, he was legendary. I mean, to her, like, and she knew him as the legendary dude with the big old dick.
That's what I'm like, what did she thought was gonna? Also, she's walking around with that fake ass that Lala has to begin with, but to have body written across the ass. I'm like, Lala, you are better than this.
Yeah, I noticed that too on the back of it. Yeah,
of course you did. That was the point.
I forgot about that.
How'd you forget?
I didn't. Okay, let me rephrase that. In the sense that it was like, if she was that, like if she clearly was taken, like, come on, come on. Like,
well, I mean, she young. I mean, that's not really my. I'm just saying, like, it's like,
you about to say?
Huh?
She's what? What you?
No, I said she's young and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Darnell.
She's like 40-something years old.
Compared to Darnell. Who's like, oh, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, my point, I like that. My point is, though, with her body shape in particular, considering she's playing a woman who fucked not just the son, but the daddy, like, she looking hoish. Like, they're making her look like she a young tramp, and that's not good. Like, to your point, she's 40 years old.
I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm sorry, because I know people want to come after me. She's actually just 38 years old. Sorry.
My bad.
She's 38. Sorry. But
excuse me, sir. She's old enough to know better. Like, she needs to play a character with some sense. Like, this ain't no this is a ghetto tramp, like, right here. Like, it's not a good character she's playing. Like, she can cook, but she's a walking, talking stereotype. And to your point, by the end of this season, she will be trying to get back with Emmett, because Darnell is Darnell, and he will be fucking somebody else because his dick don't have a rear view mirror.
Is that what you think is going on with Emmett, though? I mean, because at first I was like, yo, is he and I'm thinking, like, this ain't the first time that he's trying to juggle two women at once or whatnot. Why is he like, I'm thinking, like, I thought maybe he was like, he had health problems, maybe.
It's stress.
That's stress. What type of stress does that, like?
Tiffany told him, you fuck around, this is it. So he's like, I married this woman. He's like, I'm working with the woman I just got done fucking around on her once after I told her I was gonna stop doing it. So he's really stressed that Dominique is gonna tell something, or that his dad is gonna say something. That's just the stress.
I think at this point, because is he married technically?
Yeah, they got married off camera.
Yeah. It's interesting. They always be doing this stuff all.
They got married on camera. That's the season finale. That was Kevin.
Oh, it was. That's right.
I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm mixing up that marriage and Kevin's mom's marriage. That's right, to Drake. Never mind. That's right. Because that was the premiere, and then. Okay, you're right.
My fault. I
forgot. When he cheated on her, I mean, he wasn't married to Tiffany. I hate to just say it, but Tiffany at this point is kind of used to Emmett cheating at this point. So technically, he's been pretty faithful as they've been married.
In relative terms.
I'm just saying, like, dude, I'm sorry. The way the dude nearly was passing out from this stuff. If something's stressing you up that bad, fucking just say it. Just pull it to the side and say, you know what? Before we were married, me and Dom, we had a small little thing, but then it was nothing
in the kitchen at work.
Just say we did it.
Hey, she's gonna find out at the party. It's all gonna go down when Duda gets shot because all of them are at the party.
Yeah,
all of them are at the party. So Dom is catering the event. Tiffany's gonna show up. Dominique is gonna tell Tiffany. Tiffany's gonna confront Emmett in the bathroom. So there's gonna be so many different trauma things.
Oh yeah, that scene. That's right. It looked like someone was coming after him or whatever.
He was in the bathroom, not trying to open the door.
You know what I thought that was? I thought it was like, I don't know if you ever saw that music video for TLC's Waterfalls or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
I thought it was like him realizing like he had a disease, like he had a sexually transmitted disease, and he just passed it on to his girl or something like that because he was sweating profusely like crazy, and he saw someone coming to the door. Because at first I thought it was like a gangster coming after him, but then I realized no, he's about to take a shower, and he's just like over the thing. I'm thinking like he's not like if someone's coming after him to kill him, he should have been like would have grabbed a toothbrush even and just be like,
Tiffany.
But no, it was more like he stressed the hell out, and it was like most likely his girl, or somebody like that, or maybe it's somebody in the sense that he's just stressed out, and all of a sudden I was thinking like it's a lonely mother thinking out of the window.
To the rivers.
Like, I think
place that you're used to.
It's just TLC just popped in my mind. So
to your point, and the fact that Darnell asked Dominique, a lot of D's going on here, but if she's pregnant or not, it's only been 2 months. So she could be pregnant by Emmett. And therefore, by episode 5, she starts having morning sickness like they do in these shows. And she's like, oh shit, I am pregnant. And she does the math in her head, or that she goes to the doctor and like, you're 2 months pregnant. You're not 2 weeks pregnant. No, they've been dating for 2 months. So she has to be more than that. So she's been with Darnell for 2 months. Let's say she's 3 or 4 months pregnant. She does the math. She's like, it's probably Emmett's. She tells Emmett, that's the only thing that would make her open her mouth and tell somebody and tell Tiffany. Because remember, Emmett asked Tiffany if she wanted to have another baby. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So for her to be like no, and then Dominique ends up being pregnant by Emmett, and he's like, that's why he don't want to open that door. Short of, he gave her, chlamydia or something, or herpes, and that would be good too. That'd be kind of an interesting twist.
Yeah, but the thing is, what I thought they were going to do for Emmett, especially after they wrote out Brandon, I was kind of cheering for him in the sense of like, okay, he is I like this character. I guess they're trying to move the serious nature of the male character that was Brandon now, I guess, more to Kevin, I guess. I mean, I'm already convinced of that now. It's no longer Emmett, which I was hoping. I thought in the beginning, yes, we saw Emmett selling shoes and dealing with the different baby mamas and whatnot, but it seemed like the way it ended, like at least that season and towards the middle of the second season, that it was going to become more serious in nature. And now I'm just going to think, now this is how they're going to write his character, where it's just going to be more, his whole storyline is going to be all whimsical.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Or just
more, meanwhile, his mom's getting back shots from his like his old classmate and shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn. I'm like, wow, really? I'm like, oh, okay.
He's getting free drinks and dick from her, from the escort.
Was he the waiter too?
Huh?
Is he a waiter as well?
Yeah, he's a waiter / gigolo.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Jada Washington is boning her much younger gigolo / waiter. And looking at the season preview, like this is gonna last for a while. What happened to the Latino man she was dating?
That's a good question. Yeah, because I think the last we saw of him, he invited her to a family cookout or something.
Yes, and they kept on bringing up his dead wife.
Yeah, and then she confronted him about it. Said something like, "Are you over it?" I don't remember how that ended. Did it end I think they were cool with each other. I don't think it ended. I don't think they just like they stayed together. I think it was like they ended it because of like I guess because he couldn't get over certain things or something like that.
Either way,
I don't remember. I honestly
I don't
don't.
know. I'm just saying, like, first she was supposed to get back with Darnell. That fell apart. Then it
She
was
got with Ronnie.
then she hooked up with these fucking writers, man. Now she fucking some young kid. I mean, in comparison to her, I mean, he's probably in his 25, probably his 20s, like late 20s. And again, he's fucking other women. Like that's his job. Like you know what I'm saying. So is this like a Pretty Woman? Is this like a reverse Pretty Woman thing? You know, he's gonna be like, no, girl, I commit to you, and this, and she gonna tell her friends, like what is Dre and them gonna say? Like,
I guarantee you, before the season finale, someone like if she's with a girlfriend, someone's gonna say Stella definitely got her groove back. Like it will be that. I swear to God, there will be a Stella reference.
2 points for you, Chris. That's very good. I forgot. You're right. That's better. That's better.
It will be a Stella reference.
Got her groove back. That should be yes.
Yeah, but she's gonna be hanging out with Kevin's parents, and then it's like that's the thing I noticed too. It's like everyone's like all friend. Like it's weird. Like it's like people kind of know each other by first name basis, and the next thing you know, they're all having dinner and stuff. Like you know what I mean? Like, huh? What? Y'all that cool? That y'all like? I'm like, what the hell?
What's happening?
Like, I didn't even know y'all were cool like that. Okay. You know?
These writers, man, they got to keep it moving. They got to keep it moving. So I would say Jada helping Keisha through the pregnancy and Dylan being raped, that kind of stuff, like that probably brought them together. You know what I'm saying? So and then you know, so her revealing that she. So I think like that's how they really became more closer friends in that situation. So
yeah. What about Keisha? Let's go on her.
So Keisha deciding to keep the baby, but now I think being pressured by her mom to like get rid of the baby, like to put the baby up for adoption.
I don't think it's her mother. I think it's just I just don't think that. Matter of fact, I felt like it was Keisha's decision to give it up for adoption. Because remember, she originally no, her mother wanted. Well, at least I think either it was kind of hinting like, oh, you know, we can get rid of it. It's not too like it's kind of early or whatnot. And she said, no, I can't do it, whatever. But I don't know if I would say that her mother pressured her to give up the baby. I would imagine it would have been key. You know what I mean? Like I mean, like how?
Wow. So I'm saying though.
I think Keisha wanted to do it. I don't think because Keisha I think realized she's not ready. So why would her mother? That'd be kind of messed up for the mother. It'd be one. The abortion thing is one thing, right? But saying okay, fine, you're going to go through 9 months and you're going to have the baby. Give the baby away knowing that even though you're still living underneath your parents' roof and all this other stuff. I don't, that just sounds really weird. But again, I said this once and I'll say it again. This is the shot. So, who knows?
At the family meeting when Nina and Keisha met Octavia, is her name, Octavia, and her soon-to-be ex-husband.
Yeah.
It was Nina who was kind of like, hey, like let's move forward, right? Like Keisha was already like, look, I want my child to have a 2-parent household. Like, I'm not saying she's coming up with reasons not to give up the baby, but she to her it's an option. To her, it's like I'm not giving up my child until the child has a good place to go. And Nina's like, this baby gotta go. Like we need to make sure we're still moving forward with this adoption thing. So I feel like in the end she's gonna keep that baby. You know what I'm saying? And then mom's gonna be like, oh, you really want to do this? What does it mean for your future? But I think again, like you said, mom was like, hey, abortion is on the table. And now she like adoption is on the table. You know what I'm saying? So either way, we gotta see how that develops. Is Octavia gonna come back around as a single mom?
I think she is. I think she's going to come back because they seem to kind of end it very like cordially. But then I don't think it's the last you've seen of her necessarily. You know, I would say, man, I'm sorry if your soon to be ex-husband was doing you a favor to come in, like you just let things slide. You know damn well because you know they're right on the sense of like it's highly favorable to not only just a parent. I mean, to someone who's about to have a baby, to a surrogate, as well as like a foster home or whatever. That someone who has lives above a certain means, as well as having a 2-parent household, they're looked at favorably. You know what I mean? So I understood that part, but I'm like, well, dang, like, can y'all at least hide much better that y'all not liking each other? Like, I said, don't worry, I would love to be. No, we will. I was like, You don't know. You just let that slide. Let that slide until like y'all sign that shit. Then you can be like, say, now go make me a sandwich. If you want to go that route, you wait. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like, I did much better. You know?
It was so forced, man. And I do feel like at some level, like the writers of this show are trying to show that gay relationships work better than straight relationships. Like,
you think that's what they're trying to do?
Bro, listen, check it out. The only people who have 2 working parents that you saw are the lesbians. Knows that Keisha came from a broken household, straight relationship. Ron, and then we got Emmett and his straight relationships, which are all gone to shit. Okay, like the only 2 people who are still working. You haven't seen Papa's dad, and you probably won't see him again. You didn't even know he had parents until last episode, and you're like, oh, because he always got arrested for embezzlement. I'm saying
his wife. They've been together for years.
Who?
Duda and his wife.
And she's bisexual. Thank you. So, and she cheated with one of his aides, his women aides. So, as I said, the only couples that seem to be working on this show is the lesbian couple and Trig and Amani, his transgender girlfriend. You're welcome. So I'm saying when I saw this straight couple just completely obviously dysfunctional, I was like, this is a bit much, bruh. But anyway, and to me, it felt like it was the man's fault. Like I'm like, of all the women in the room, the man seemed to be the one that's like, clearly he's not happy to be here. He and Octavia are not on the same sheet of music. It's Octavia who comes back to be like, hey, I want this baby. I'm trying to work this out, not the man. Okay. It's like, I was like, just didn't. I feel like it's a message.
I don't know, because to your point, Brand, like before they wrote him and his girl, Brandon and his girl, they were together. They were good. They were going through a lot of hardships. I'm just talking about before they got written off.
And then they got written off. Ronnie got murdered. As I said.
And it looks like the masseuse going to be here for a minute.
No, we said positive shit. We said that she.
I'm gonna tell you this, I'm gonna tell you this. I think Emmett and Tiffany. I think they're gonna. I mean, yes, clearly Tiffany's gonna find out, but I think they're going to be all right.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. If people anyway, I want to get into Gemma. I want to get into Kevin. So it seems like you said, Kevin is the focus of the show. Last season, it was we're watching Kevin deal with the trauma of Keisha being kidnapped. Now we're gonna watch Kevin deal with the trauma of Jake getting beat up by the cops. Like and how Kevin is dealing with that. The fact that he is like he's self-medicating with alcohol and marijuana, but he doesn't want to go to therapy. I'm like, what are we saying about black men and just black people in general? As it relates to dealing with their feelings.
That was a little much. That was and to your point, I mean, I agree. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. Going back to Jake getting beaten by.
So just again, I want, because this would really piss me off about this situation, right? So none of this would have happened if Jake would have did what he promised to do. If Kevin did what he was supposed to do, which would go to Gemma to her by any means necessary meeting, okay? Because the only reason that altercation even happened was because other black boys were wanting to tease him because he's in a suit, because he's trying to get an education or some shit. And this causes a fight. That the ignorance that we see in this scene, that they're like, what are you doing? Dressing up like you trying to go to school, like you trying to beat somebody. And then Jake is like, no, you ain't gonna fuck with my friend. Now we're about to have a fight between black men over one of them trying to go to school. And then this brings about said racist police encounter. I'm like, if Kevin would have went with Gemma, this wouldn't have happened. Because Jake looks just like the rest of those kids. They would have said, hey, how you doing? Cops wouldn't have paid them $2 million, and they would have kept on walking, and then it just would have been a different story. But I'm like, it just snowballed very, very quickly. And I'm like, it was a bit much.
Well, I'll say, so I kind of agree with what you were saying at the beginning, but no, I actually definitely agree with you at the tail end of what you said about it just being too much real fast. You know what I mean? It's like, if anything, especially if y'all speaking that record with all those folks, like you telling me you don't see those cops come, like it was just too fast. It just happened way too fast. I understood what they were trying to do with the whole ID thing. The problem is execution was horrible in the sense that here's the deal. Like, and I'll use myself an example in the sense that like I've been in stores, right, where like been followed in different aisles of stores, you know what I mean? And like, and someone said, "Hey, do you need any help or whatever?" And then I still see like people like follow me or whatever. I want to address you because I know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So in that sense, like totally understand, right? Totally understandable or whatnot. But the way they did it here, it made me think like, well, damn, why didn't you show your ID? You know what I mean? In the sense that it wasn't, I don't know. It was just like the way he asked his ID. I'm like, yo, like you give him that much attitude, like I'm so like, why didn't you show the ID? Now, if they would have done it a different way and been like he was minding his own business and there wasn't a fight going on, and then he says, "Let me see your ID." When there's like white people around him, and then he said, "No, I ain't gonna show my ID," or whatever. Then yes, that would have been perfect. But the way they presented it, that wasn't cool. I was just like, bro, just show your ID, man. Like,
Thank you.
You said, "Fuck you." I'm like, yeah,
What do
okay.
you think is gonna happen? Like, so to your point, right? So the fact that this is the problem between Jake and Kevin, right? Kevin's like, why didn't you just show your ID, bro? We could have walked away from this, right? And like, this is what's gonna push Gemma to Jake. Like,
Yeah, what I think is going to happen is, I feel like the fact that that Kevin did not stick up for Jake, right? In the sense that everyone else did, it's going to push the group further apart in the sense that like I feel like Gemma and Kevin's going to have a fallout in the sense like say, "Oh no, she shouldn't release the video," blah 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 blah. He said, well, "Why not?" Blah, and they're going to have an argument saying like blah 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 blah. Protest this. Says protest is stupid. Blah blah. You know what I mean? It's going to do that, and then Jake and Gemma's going to like.
It doesn't
I don't
make
know. It just seems it's so weird in the sense of like where, especially you see where Gemma's from, right? The type of, and like I don't know,
to act like Jake.
I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happens, right? Like her father, especially her father's trying to get the freaking Olympics in Chicago. This ain't gonna help, man. Like you know what I mean? And then, but so I don't know how Gemma. So I know that's going to be the thing of the season, especially what the cop is dead now, right? So we already know
He's got to be dead.
So we already know it's going to be a cop. This whole season is going to be cops versus the shot.
Yeah.
Big protest, whatever. But I just found that flash forward really weird. And I was hoping that the first episode was going to help out a little bit, but it didn't help the fact that you see Kevin. Yes, Kevin said, "I love you" or whatever, and she seemed happy that he said that, but I also know she ain't say it back either. Like, I never said that to me.
That's because I already told you. I felt like Kevin like manipulated her to get the ass last season anyway. He leaves her high and dry in this episode. But the fact that they're trying to act like Jake is her mental equal, like Jake is the one she can have philosophical discussions with, I was like, you got the wrong character. Okay?
Yeah.
And then he just got done calling women bitches. Like when Kevin said, "I love you," he was like, "I'd never say that to a bitch." And somehow this is the one that she goes, "Maybe I need to try Jake out for a little bit." What the fuck are we doing? And then Papa got a job. Kevin ain't got no job. So when Daddy sees him jumping out of his balcony, obviously just got done fucking his daughter all night. Like, you don't have that's a conversation. That is a conversation. Like, look, son, you ain't. And where's your mama? Like, where's the mama at that she wasn't home?
So the father, I was cool with the father kind of keeping it real and kind of keeping it. I think here's the deal.
We got 5 minutes.
I'll say that. So yeah. All right. But yeah, I mean, I do like that he kind of has some respect for Kevin in the shows, and whatnot. I think he's like, to your point, he also asked Gemma. He said, Gemma even said last season when they had sex for the first time, he said, "What'd your daddy say?" He said, "If you're sure." So he already knew that they were bumping. You know what I mean? But he gonna make the kids sweat though.
Kids don't have a job to take care of any babies. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna treat this kid as an adult, then treat him like an adult. Sex kills kids. And like, do you have the financial stability? Papa got a job. Real quick, fat shaming. Once again.
Oh, Emmett. Oh,
no, Papa, and oh man, and
I get more food. Like, I want more food. It's like, man, you already got food or something. Yeah.
The first time you see Papa, he's getting 2 plates of food from him and Maisha. The second time you see Papa and Maisha, they're sitting up eating. And the third and last time you see Papa, he got a bag of Skittles.
And then did Kevin move the food? I guess when they weren't talking.
Yeah. He was like,
move the food. He said, "Here you go, man, because I know you eat it." Basically,
I'm like, stop fat shaming Papa and Maisha. Stop it. Like, it irritates the shit out of me. Okay, like, don't think I don't see it. Anyway, we gotta get to another review.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I think it started off good. I think the first episode, I'm hopeful for this season compared to last season. So we'll see who shot Duda. You know, y'all have any theories?
Put in the comments.
Who knows? Maybe it's Keisha's little baby. You know, Keisha's little baby is the one that shot Duda, and biblical cord and all. You know, like, pew.
I would not put it past the Shy.
Yeah, I mean, just like Maggie Simpson. Maggie Simpson was the one that shot Mr. Burns. The baby shot Mr. Burns.
You see it coming. Shot Duda,
you know,
you see it coming. Who shot Duda? Is Keisha gonna keep the baby? It's truly Jake and Gemma, the new power couple for 2022. What's up?
One last thing. Say his name, Brandon. Okay, I'm sorry.
Dude.
Stop. I not some nigga.
With a food truck.
Yo, I get it, yo. Oh, but they also said, before we get out of here, they also said that he might. So I heard you might be with protection. Does that mean maybe?
No.
Wrote that in there that maybe there's a chance he's coming back.
Once again, this woman said, "What did Courtney Kemp do?" When Tasha was like, "I'm out this shit," she went to witness protection. Like,
but now people ain't talking about Jason Mitchell no more, which means like maybe it died down. We can bring him back.
Nah, I think her ego won't let her happen. Like, if you do that much to kill a character and the storyline, you're not bringing that character back. That's too much. But that was disrespect. All the niggas were disrespect, and that's just me. That's my own personal thing. Like, just the niggas and the bitches, like in this constant dialogue, just do better for these characters. Anyway, guys, if you're new to, thanks for watching this video. It's been a while. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Spilled the tea. Here you go. She asked us if we were going to review the season 4, episode 1. We did. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We really appreciate it. And we will see you for episode 2, which will be a couple of weeks, actually, because next week is going to be the official release of this episode. So we got a while. And you'll see us again later.